All right, let's talk about something we've probably all felt at some point. That feeling, you know the one, where you look at your adult life and think, wait a minute, where did all the magic go? It's like our childhood was this amazing, vibrant thing. And adulthood, well, it can feel a little gray in comparison.
Yeah, this question right here. Why does adulthood feel like a magic trick gone wrong? It really hits home, doesn't it? We all have these memories of feeling so safe, so protected, like anything was possible. And now we're asking, is this really it? Well, today we're going to unpack that exact feeling and try to find an answer.
So, to figure out what's going on now, we've got to rewind. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Because you see, the very foundation of our childhood was built on this, well, you could call it a beautiful illusion. And it was an illusion that was absolutely necessary.
That world we remember, the one that felt so loving and magically protected? Here's the kicker. It wasn't an accident. It didn't just pop into existence. It was, and this is such a great phrase, a deliberate, quiet conspiracy of love. Think about that. It was the adults in our lives, all working together behind the scenes, pulling the strings to create that feeling of safety for us. I mean, just think about your own warmest memories. That smell of cookies baking when you walked in the door, a hug that literally erased a bad day, the sheer thrill of finding Easter eggs, or waking up on a holiday morning. These weren't just happy accidents. These were meticulously planned operations of love. They were deliberate acts by grown-ups who were trying to build a world of wonder just for you. But then, boom, we grow up. And it's like that whole intricate, protective scaffolding that was so carefully built around us for years just disappears. It falls away, and suddenly we're standing there, exposed to a world that feels very, very different.
And this right here, this is the fundamental clash. As kids, we were taught, we were conditioned to expect this bubble of unconditional care. But the adult world, it doesn't play by those rules. For the most part, the world is, well, it's indifferent. It's not mean, necessarily, but it sure isn't going to rearrange itself just to make us comfortable. And that gap, that huge chasm between what we expected and the reality we got, that's the source of so much adult angst. It's the reason we feel resentful. It's why we're disappointed. It's why so many of us feel just stuck.
So, let's be clear. The problem isn't that the childhood magic was fake. It was real. The real problem is that, deep down, a part of us never really moves out of that childhood home, emotionally speaking. We end up as full-grown adults walking around with the mindset of a child who's still waiting for that magical protection.
And you can see how this plays out, right? You could call it the emotional Peter Pan syndrome. It's that part of us that's always kind of waiting to be rescued, hoping someone else will step in and just make it okay. It's wanting all the good stuff, love, safety, comfort, without having to take on the risk or the responsibility that actually creates them.
So what's the antidote? What does it really mean to be a grown-up? It's not about your age or your job or having a mortgage. It's something much deeper. Real maturity is, and I love this definition, the voluntary surrender of that self-centeredness we're all born with. Now, this isn't about beating yourself up or hating yourself. Not at all. It's about decentering yourself. It's a shift that comes from a place of love, really. It's about finally, truly realizing that every single person out there, they're the main character of their own story with their own struggles and triumphs, just like you.
Okay, so this all leads to a single revolutionary moment, a tiny shift in perspective that changes everything. This is the real starting line of adulthood. And it all boils down to one simple question we ask ourselves.
Our default setting, the one we're programmed with from childhood, is this question, what can I get? What can I get from my job? What can I get from my partner? What can I get from the world? It's a lens of taking, of expecting. But the moment you mature, the moment you truly grow up, is when you consciously flip that question on its head. When you stop asking what you can get, and you start asking, what can I give? And I'm telling you, that one tiny change, it's a total game changer. It changes absolutely everything. Because when you make that switch, when you start focusing on what you can give, that's when you stop being a spectator in your own life. That's when you start to become the magician. The whole landscape just transforms. And you can see the chain reaction, can't you? That nagging resentment of, why isn't the world taking care of me? It melts away and turns into real empowerment. Your relationships, they stop being about what's in it for me and become these genuine offerings. And that feeling of being a victim to your circumstances, it gets replaced by this quiet, solid strength. Because you're not waiting for the show to start anymore. You are the show.
And this is where it all comes together, and it's just beautiful. That magic we felt as kids, it wasn't supposed to last forever in that form. It was a gift, for sure, but it was also training. It was boot camp for our hearts. The whole point was for us to soak it all in, internalize it, and then, when it's our turn, to pay it forward.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's this. Growing up isn't about losing the magic. It's about getting a promotion. It's the moment we realize we're not in the audience anymore. We've been handed the wand. We are the magicians. So the only question left is, what magic are you going to make?